Just this one. So yeah, exactly, we have priorities, right? First, we want to wall in our resources, right? With, if we cannot fully wall, a lot of times we can't, right? The map is just bad,
like,
right? Just wall the loot line, exactly. And then we, again, even the berries, they're like the tricks like to wall the berries easier. Okay. So that's the first step, right? So it's not taking damage. So first we pre-wall all your resources. Second, okay, he's coming. Sometimes we can even find when he's coming because we found his barracks or something like that, right? We put 3 extra scouts together, 3-4 scouts, and then we kill his shit, right? And then we need to already know what's coming. What's coming? Archers, right? So we already prepared the skirmishers. We have the skirmishes ready. Dude, we gold, we can go up, right? Depending on, again, how many skirms you feel like you need doing. So can you put player 1, color 1, right, and team 1? Mm-hmm. Yep. So let's use Franks here. This is a matter of like, people like to play Franks a lot, right? But it could be any save. So, okay, so let's, again, like, let's do you like to do pop 20 or pop 21 build order with scouts?
Usually pop 20.
Okay, so let's do pop 20 here again, but again, doesn't change anything if it was pop 21, right? Usually the other guys like 21, just not familiar or not comfortable just yet with pop 20. So let's go pop 20, sorry, and again, we kill his militia, and the timing should be around 15 minutes tops to get hit, okay, from his archers. So we have until 15 minutes of game to have a range up, fletching, and the defense on the skirmishers, right? It's pretty much it. And if you have our army ready, just like until then, it cannot kill us anymore, and we're going to have way better eco. Why? Whoever is doing many times into archers got way weaker economy than someone who's doing scouts, right? Obviously, right. Just because, again, you start farming way faster, right? So that's it. So we have 2 woods. 2 really good woods on this game, right? So I'm going for the front one first. Just because, again, if he hits us, obviously he's going to hit us in the front, right? Like around this area.
Right.
There's also the gold there and everything. So you might want to take as much wood as you want in the front, just in case you need to move your villagers, right? Again, right. Shouldn't be an issue for us here because it's coming with many times and we should be pre-walling, right? Everything. So we take the board now. This is the normal build order for scouts, obviously. We found everything, I'm pretty sure. And you can already like set up some walls, right? Where? I probably you could do on gold. You could do on the wood. Can already shift queue up.
Like a house there.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And
exactly.
What you're doing.
It's a really good one. Like there's this board there, but again doesn't matter much because it can go around. But it's already a good house because again we're not planning into taking gold so soon, right? Also we have gold in the back. Look, if anything is a problem. So this is the trick. Like whenever you want to do the berry, what's the trick on the berry? You just put the berry, the meal, right, 1 tile away from the bush, right? And then you can just house palisade wall easily, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Every time, and you can do that pretty much every time with any format or shape. So for example, look at now, like I have it there, right? Wall, wall, wall. Same thing goes to the other side, right? Let's wait a bit to get the bad boy. So we have the wood, the berries walled up, right? And now the wood, easy. Same thing, right? Mm-hmm. And that's our priorities here, just to not die to the many times. And now we put one scout, one shipping on one side of the wood, the other ship on the other side of the wood. And we're safe, right? There's nothing he can do to hit us now anymore.
Right.
And remember to put those. Can you see my screen? Are you checking on my screen, the screen share?
No, I'm watching the game. I'm on the screen share now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, like those palisades here, right? Just when we finish this one, they don't overcut pretty much, right? They don't get it open. So we already do those, and then obviously when we finish those in the corner, we do another one. So now we're going up, right? And one thing I recommend you, for example, like you know if he found you, right? You saw his scout on your base. So if he just saw you, imagine his scout was here, right? And then he leaves. And obviously we're going to take the wood in the back. So now obviously we go up, we send 2 extra villagers to wood. So if you don't see this, it's very likely that you don't know we're taking wood there. Do you agree?
Right.
So it might be not even bothering to wall this, but obviously in case you can already fully wall this, right? But you always know what he saw based on the info he got with his scout. So he kind of can tell, as I said, like if he found this, yes, he wall, right? But if he didn't, most likely he didn't know, he don't know. So you don't need to care that much about it. Only if he comes here and something like that, and then you look again, aquí, another wall.
Yeah, and usually they hit the front stuff anyway.
Exactly,
so
exactly.
just see them ahead of time.
So perfect. Now we can all eventually, right? But now I want to be safe. I want to get some walls done, and like this villager, even though HP can be there because he cannot be killed, right?
Right.
Kill up a villager. And that's it, we're fully safe. Like he's probably going to hit here right now. Soon, right? Actually, because like he's not even up. We're going pop 20, right? They usually go pop 22. And look at this. Right?
Yeah, your base is safe.
We're pretty much safe, and we cannot take damage. So those are priorities, right? As I said,
right.
Not taking damage. So if he's walking around, those guys here, I would recommend, again, like you don't need to put them here, just again on the strategy, then you can fix your wood. But it's always 10 on wood. So now we can start farming safely. There's nothing to be taking damage from, nothing at all. So we just wall and we wait. Or again, the number is like 4, right? And he's hitting us here, but there's nothing to be hit, so we're good, we're chilling. Right. So we wait for 4 scouts. Every time we have 60 wood, we just farm. We have already 2, 3, and then 4, and then we can fight, right? So I'll be hitting here somewhere around there. Now that we are almost ready to go, we can add 1 extra villager on wood there. Okay, 1 there. We have 4, almost. Let's wait for the 4th. So we have 6 here. We're going to have 6 there, and everything else goes for farms. Okay.
Gotcha.
Bam. We have 4. We fight him. We kill everything. You can delete those walls. Save. So we have 6 here. 4, 5, 6. And everything else for farms, right? Farm, 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 farm. And then you can get those guys here and go forward, and they probably low HP and everything like that. And now we have until 50 minutes to have your ranges up, right? So yeah, come here, bam, range, and you can keep farming. Let's get a house here. Hit kill. And obviously always using this strategy tree. So I would even recommend to wall this. Why? Because then we have only 1 place you need to defend, right? Which will be here. Everything else is kind of walled, right? And we start sending here. Now the next step is blacksmith, sorry. Even if we rush that one because he's going to be on our base with 15 minutes. Keep farming. Right, those guys here probably got info, all the info we need. This one, okay. And now you could even, okay, you know what? I might want to go on gold already. Right? Why? Because we have a good number already. We're getting all the upgrades, the scouts. So I'm going to keep farming a bit now. Oh fuck. Okay. I'm going to pretend I'm not house. I'm not even going to do the wheelbarrow because again, it's not time to do the wheelbarrow. The time to do the wheelbarrow is when we want to go up. Okay, so okay, I have 5 already almost with all the upgrades. So I'm going to show you on the micro lesson, right? That probably 5 skirmishers with both upgrades, they can defend from pretty much like 10 archers. Okay, at least. So chilling here. Now we can go up, right? So I start sending villagers to gold. Okay. And we always want only 10 on wood, right? So 12 on wood that we talked about. So every time we have like 60 wood there, we farm until we have 12 on wood only. So you have 6 here, 7, 6 or 7, let's see. 7. So I want 6. Farm. Here we have 6. This guy here, and then the guy's coming for the farm. So when you have 5 villages on gold, we click wheelbarrow. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wheelbarrow. Okay. 6 here, 6 there. Everything else on farms. And obviously we're sending the guys on gold already. 5, 6, farm, like I said. And look, we have already 7. Let's do even more skirmishers, right? Like, let's leave like 10. There's nothing he can do, right? With 10 skirmishers, he could have even 16 archers, 15 archers. They just melt. Okay. Probably would want some walls here just to prevent him from coming here. And now 5 on gold, right? Now that we already have our numbers here, we just want 10 on wood. So I get 2 of those guys. There. And look at the gold, look at the food, right? We could even go to Castle Age faster, just because, again, we didn't force too much on Scout, we didn't force too much on Skirmishers, right? Sometimes you lost those Scouts and you want to do like a couple of more or something like that, right? So since we have already some extra wood there, we get the gold upgrade, and just waiting to finish the wheelbarrow. Let's redo this, redo that. Should deliver once more time now and we go up. Deliver. And we went up. So we can even continue doing skirmishers, right, if you needed to, or if you want to get the elite skirmisher upgrade. But need to remember, if we're doing 2 stables, right, if you're following up as with knights, which probably should, we need 10 on gold, right? So we have 10 on wood already. So we're not taking villagers from wood, we're taking villagers from farms. Right, so I'm getting 1, 2. This goes low, no. 2, 3. Get the defense, get the attack if you want to. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Right, again, secure your base. Heal his mana times without taking as much damage, as least damage as possible. Doing the skirmishers because the archers are coming, right? And again, imagine if he comes to your base, it's the only place you need to defend, right? One thing you can do as well is just town watch, right? Sometimes you cannot wall that much, so you have a house here, a house there, right? A house here, house there, or a house here, house there. And you do town watch, so you can see he's coming. When he's coming, like, you can chase him to the end of the map, right? Because you kill everything. And then, like, okay, you know what? I kill his army, I have some skirmishers left. Now I want to go up. And then is the time, and that's the tricky part, right? Then is the time where you want to send 5 to gold, click wheelbarrow and go up. That's the tricky part. It's not like I tell you, like, okay, with 30 minutes and 30 seconds you go to gold, right, or something like that. No, depends on how much you want to stay in feudal age, pretty much, or how much you need to stay on feudal age, right?
Right.
But that's pretty much the procedure. The procedure you need to do, like when you're getting like many times into archers, when you're doing scouts, right? Just secure yourself to not take damage, because if you not take damage, your economy is going to be better and better and better than his economy. Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just comparing in my head typically what I do, and just looking at your resource, because usually I end up going up around with 17 farmers.
Uh-huh.
But then when I get to Castle Age, I'm able to put out a few knights. But I usually run out of, and also I usually have less on gold, so I usually can't get 6 out. I get 5 out, and then I start running into resource problems. But I noticed that by you having about 20 villagers on food, I mean, look at your resources. You're almost imperial. So
and one thing you need to understand, we did town watch, we got housed 2-3 times even, right? So we probably would have a one extra villager, and we probably could have gone up a minute sooner, depending again how many skirmishes you need to do, how much you're planning to stay on Castle Age. Sometimes if you kill his many times without taking damage, right, that much on your scouts, you can pretty much control the game. He don't even leave his base, right? Yeah. And if he has a good, if you have a good map, you don't need to get the skirmishers out as well, right? Yeah. Because you're already full wall, and then you can click up with 16 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is the build order I sent to you guys on the pack there, right, on the students area.
Right. Yeah, so it's like if let's say I take out his men at arms, I send my knights forward, I kill one or
Your
two
scouts forward.
villagers.
You kill 1, 2 villagers. You
Scout,
see his
yeah, yeah,
archers around, right, running after you because he needs to defend, whatever.
yeah.
Right?
Then
Yeah.
basically, as long as I can, you can have kind of a minimal defense at home, and you'll
Exactly. You can
probably be
get
all
away
right.
without doing even skirmishers, right? That's exactly
Right.
right. So you
Yeah.
don't need to do skirmishers. You just okay, and then when you don't need to do skirmishers, you do like 5, 6 scouts tops, and you want to go up. You're probably
Yeah.
going up. You go up. You go to gold around 13 minutes and 30 seconds. 5 to
Mhm.
gold. Click wheelbarrow. Go up,
Mhm.
and then you get those guys from the berries. They're
Mhm.
about to finish, and you already shift kill them on the gold.
Mhm.
And then you have 8 to 10 guys on gold, 10 on wood, and everything else on farms, and the economy is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Right, which is the normal scout build order, also as pocket in team games.
Right.
If you
Right.
if you pocket as for example Franks or Hans or whatever, right? What you want to do is like 4 or 5 scouts, probably most likely, right? Sometimes your a light tells you like that. You know what? Let's get the upgrades. Let's force army, right?
Right.
Then it's fine as well. But usually you want to do 4 or 5 scouts, go to gold, click up Castle Age, right? 2 stable knights and booming.
Right.
Which is pretty much that build order that's there like for scouts into knights.
Right.
That's the thing, right? It's like again, not taking damage to the freaking man at arms. So for that, we wall our resources in, right, with palisades. We kill them first, and then we go to the enemy. And imagine, like for example, like there's another like sometimes they do that and they're fully walled, right? They do many times and they're fully walled.
Right.
So you don't know that. So like imagine you get into his base, like you know what? I'm going to ignore those many times. I'm going to his base, and you get there, he's walled, right? And those many times I annoy the shit out of you at home.
Yeah.
Just kill them. Like I promise, your economy is going to be better and better than the other guy, way better. Just again, like because like when you wall that much or when you open archers right away, you cannot farm as much as we do,
Right.
right? And you get
Yeah,
to
and also
Castle Age, you
'cause
can pretty much do whatever you want.
yeah, especially because like with a scouts build, you get the horse collar right away too, right? So
Yeah.
like that, I never do that with men at
Yes.
arms until I'm
Yes.
going
You
up.
don't. You
So
don't. Yeah, you don't. Exactly. One more reason,
yeah,
like they are going
big
to run.
difference.
You run out of food. The farms, right, expire faster as well, and everything.
Yeah.
So your economy is going to be better. Like no matter what, it's just a matter of not taking the damage. Right,
Yeah.
so I prefer like sometimes you can get away without even fighting them many times. Why? Sometimes you have amazing map or shit like that, right? And like, you know what? He's hitting my walls, or he run into the TC, and I don't need to fight them anymore. That's awesome, right? Perfect
Sure.
situation. Then you can send your army forward all the time.
Right.
But if that's not the case, you just wait. You secure your economy, kill his stuff, and then you can leave your base, right? And if you know already he's doing archers, or if he's right, sometimes remember this as well. Sometimes you get to his base after you clean them at arms, and they have a bad build order, so they just finishing the first range.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's just finishing the first range, dude, you like don't even need to do maybe you don't even need to do skirmishers, right?
Right.
Because he's not going to have enough to attack you. So you just go up, right? Especially if you have a better map,
Mm-hmm.
a good map actually, right? Okay, so that's I really want to talk to you about this because when you do the games, I give you like homework, like I want you to practice the build orders and do the games. If you face someone doing many times into archers, we really want you to play like this. It's right. I want you to learn because it's really important for you to. I had some examples, like I had this files, right, with recorded games for each example I give on the build order. But
Mm-hmm.
since the patch, like they patch all the time, it's all broken. So when I start playing 1v1s again, I'm going to get more examples, right, to show you like in a pro game. But that doesn't change much. It's pretty much it.
When do you decide between? So like I always try to shoot for 20 scout or 20 pop scouts, but basically if my builder is kind of messy, or let's say I do loom and I only have 400 food or something like that, then maybe I'll build another one.
Uh-huh.
Do you decide early whether you're doing 20 or 21?
Yeah, I always aim for 20, right? But
Mhm.
sometimes you have like sometimes you want. So why I tell the guys to do 21? Because they like to wall a lot, right? So if you're going
Mhm.
21, or they like to wall early sometimes. If you're going 21, you have that extra villager on wood that can help you to wall without hurting your economy that much, right? And obviously, if you go up one villager later, you have more resources in bank as well, right? But obviously,
Yeah,
again, if I could tell you like to go pop 20 all the time, I would. It's the same thing,
sure.
right? And you up faster. So you have more map control faster, right? Because Scout's stronger faster and everything. More vision and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, usually when I go pop 20, I can get about 3 scouts out.
Mhm.
But then I start running into resource problems. I'm not,
And that's
my
why,
PC's idle and
yeah, but why? That's because like you need to literally farm as you have 60 wood you farm. You have 60 wood you know what I mean? Sometimes he's rushing you and you like microing villagers around you. You forget to make villages, you forget to make farms, right? That's also why we want to pre-wall our shit. Because then he just hit the wall, he just hitting the palisade walls.
right.
And then you don't need to actually care about that much. You just care about farming and caring about putting out scouts to kill that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Right. That happens even to me. Like if I'm playing Viper or whatever. If he's manitar me or drushing me and I take too much time, sometimes you forget to do the village to send the villagers to do the farms or or creating villagers and everything.
Right. Right.
That's actually the reason you drush. You don't even drush to kill villagers. You don't expect to do manitar and kill villagers. You don't expect that. You want to disturb his economy, annoy the shit out of him, right? Buy time for your walls or buy time for whatever, right?
Right.
So yes, you don't want them to harass our economy. So you pre-wall that shit here, pre-wall the other side, and we good, right?
Cool.
Right. Oh, sometimes, by the way, like I'm going to unpause now. I don't care about the game anymore, right? Sometimes your mill is closed. So what you do, for example, like imagine those berries, right? They were here. So what you do is that you do the mill, and you leave the villagers facing the TC, all four. Because when he tries to kill them, you just put the villagers inside the TC and they eat shots. You're literally debating him, right? So if it's too close from the TC, the same thing with the farms and with the lumber camps, right? If they're facing like they're really close, then you don't need to wall them much because you really want him to debate him into shots, right? But most important is the berries, the meal, because they really want to hit your meal, right? They take away your food supply. So if they're really close, you just do the meal here and you put the villagers facing the TC. So when he comes, you just fight a bit and put the villagers inside and they eat shots. I recommend you to wall the wood all the time. Right? All the time. Even if you're going scouts, the other guy's going scouts, you cannot wall your map shit. He got scouts out, you got scouts out, you want to attack him, and he's attacking you, right? You just, dude, what's the problem, right? This.
Yeah.
And then you don't need to care about this anymore. The same thing here, right? And then you just care maybe about the berries, so you just do a pikeman here.
Yeah.
Right? Just safe. Right? It's just like less investment, and obviously you have more time to check other things than checking the wood as well to protect the wood. Like easy, like shift kill. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So awesome. Let me just rename this one. Can you find the games and send me here on the
Yeah.
please?
So I'm just pulling random ones. So
yeah, no problem.
Let's see here. Yeah. So it's funny. I was playing really well, like as of Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday, I just like I don't know what happened. I just went to shit. So, but I'll just give you kind of a smattering of. There's a couple in here, I'm sure, where it's kind of like I get lamed and it's just kind of pointless. But I'll just throw some random ones and give you some ideas. I tend to go men at arms to archers a lot myself. I like scouts too. One thing I don't really do, I don't really drush FC that much. Just never really have. I